Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to call the mayor's briefing for March 7, 2023 to order. I'll check who's on Zoom. City Council-wise, we have Del Marina Lopez, Councilor Brooks, Councilor Kushain, and Councilor Tillotson is on.
Yeah, Councilor Tillotson's on, yeah.
I got you, Jim.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And I'll turn it over to the mayor for his remarks.
Thank you, President Laflamme. I have 13 orders for your consideration. I'll start with Mayor's Order 1. It's the appropriation of $138,132.86 to the following named account: Police Special Account for the purchase of cruisers from the available funds in the stabilization for capital budgeting. Just for the viewing audience and for the City Council and those who are here in person, we put money aside into our capital budgeting every year for capital needs and equipment. In this particular case, I know that Chief Major is here. We are purchasing 2 cruisers. These 2 cruisers will be used for traffic enforcement, and I believe they're unmarked, and SUVs. And I don't have any other information other than that the 2 that we're using have probably what they say triple the amount of mileage on them than what it says on the actual odometer because they run so frequently. Any questions about? Sure. President Laflamme.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. I just want to thank you for working on this. We brought this up at one of our other meetings discussing with actually Lieutenant Laflamme regarding this issue of purchasing anything. I think it's a great idea to have unmarked vehicles because like any other time, when you have a marked vehicle, you slow down and then, then you pick up speed again. And I think this process with these here will allow them to find these people and be able to slow them down and give them warnings, as well as be out there with these 2 cruisers with all the, and this includes all the equipment for the cruisers, just not an unmarked car, correct, Chief? If you can, I just have a couple questions, if I could, real quick. So these cruisers are unmarked, but they're all ready to go for traffic division, correct?
Yes, sir. They will have all the equipment inside. They'll be equipped with radar. They have, we have quotes for the computers that we'll be using, the computer docking station. The inside will be like a regular patrol cruiser. The only thing different is the outside is low profile. We don't have any lights mounted on the top of the vehicle. There's no police markings on the vehicle. It'll be a regular, like traveling vehicle color, flat color.
Which is good, and I think we appreciate that because I think it will help solve some of our speeding problem, which has been occurring in this city. And I thank the mayor for working with the city council on the public safety for our streets and our residents. Thank you.
Sure. Councilor LaBrie.
Yes. Are the officers trained on traffic pullovers and like where to park and catch the speeders?
As far as how to perform motor vehicle stops, sir, is that what you're asking, or where to
perform them? But like I noticed when they do some patrols or radar on some streets, they park right in the middle of the street. So when somebody comes down the street, everybody sees the cruiser and slows down. So where they could tuck into a side road if it was a like an intersection or something like that. But normally I've seen them in the road, and I know that people see them before they even, come around a corner.
Yes, some of the reasoning for that is we want to be out there as a presence and a deterrent so that if they see us, they do slow down. That's part of what we're aiming to do. Yep. And secondly, it does have to deal with how we park, how the radar units are facing. They kind of have to be facing in a linear direction to catch the vehicles coming in their direction or away from them. Okay. So that's why they're normally parked as you see them.
So they can't get them going like...
If they have handheld units, they can, sir, and we do have handheld units that are deployed. But the vehicle-mounted cruiser units, the radar units, should be facing linearly with the traffic flow.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. And I just want to take a moment, George, if I may, quickly. Lieutenant Laflamme wrote some background information here that I wanted to share. And one thing I can say is having unmarked vehicles allows for those culprits that are, the major concerns that we have right now are people speeding past buses when their signals are up and running on red and you're not supposed to pass the bus. We have pedestrian vehicle accidents where people are running through crosswalks. They see a police presence in a marked cruiser, the culprit won't do it. But the unmarked cruiser will give us that opportunity, hopefully, to get some resolve with some of those people who are out there committing those crimes or traffic violations and getting some resolve. So I think this is going to just complement what we're already doing. And again, public safety is paramount to the success of the city. And I want to commend Chief Major and Lieutenant Laflamme for, again, just bringing these things to our attention and giving them the tools they need to not only keep themselves safe, but to protect our community. Chief. I'm sorry, Councilor Bellick here.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. Thanks, Chief. I know that the mayor alluded to that. This was going to replace, Chief, a couple of older vehicles. Can we get any type of trade-in value with some cars that might be replacing these?
Normally, the vehicles that do get traded in when we get our yearly allotment of cruisers, I believe we get up to about $1,500 in trade-in value. So it's pretty minimal for the trade-ins.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, and Chief, if you want to just stay right there. Mayor's Order 2 is the appropriation of $30,000 to the following named account: police expense account for travel from the available funds and the police salary account for holiday. So they're taking money out of their own salary accounts, and you know as well as I do that training is very important, and we want to make sure that our police department is trained to the best of their abilities. And it is no secret, I'll just share this with the viewing audience and the public, that the Law Enforcement Division for the Sheriff's Department has chosen our field training program because it's the best in Western Mass. That's no secret. So we're really excited about that. It's been successful with, I think, one of their candidates. One of their law enforcement agents has gone through our program, and I guess accolades, Chief, to you in the training program. This allows us to allow our police officers and the brass to go to a plethora of trainings to making sure that they're on top of all the new post requirements and other things. Chief, anything you want to add?
No, basically, I did have some information. We've basically exhausted our travel account for this year so far. And we do have some other trainings that are slated. That's the purpose of asking for the transfer of funds. And just to spell out some of the trainings, we do unfortunately have to go out of state at times, and that requires flights, it requires hotels for us to attend those trainings. Some of them are the annual drug conference in Newport for our drug enforcement officers, a technology conference in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, crisis negotiators conference in Hyannis, Mass, Law Enforcement Council motor unit course down in Yarmouth for 2 of our officers for motorcycle training. We've had some of our officers go to urban patrol rifle courses to get more training on the patrol rifles. Public information officer course, which I wanted my PIO to get as much training on how to be an effective PIO as possible. Those were in Concord, North Carolina, and one was in Clearwater, Florida. National Technical Officers Conference in Louisville, Kentucky for our officers that work in IT. International Homicide Seminar in Albany, New York. The Law Enforcement Operations Conference and Trade Show in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, which was for our tactical officers. And I can go on and just give you more of a description of what we've had, but basically these courses that we have been to have exhausted our travel funds, and I just want to be able to keep the training going that we have scheduled. Questions? Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Sorry, Jerry.
Yes, sir.
That's better. These individuals that go out of the state for their training, do they come back and train other officers, or?
Yes, in some instances, we do ask them to come back. Some are specialized courses that they're going to receive training on so that they can apply that training, such as the motorcycle operators or motorcycle instructor course that we want to send one of our officers to, because there's a dwindling number of motorcycle trainers in the Northeast area. So we're going to send one of our officers to become a motorcycle trainer. Same thing with canines for drug detection. we're sending one of our officers to become an instructor as well.
Cool, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Comments? Thank you for your consideration. Thank you, Chief. Move on to Mayor's Order 3 is the appropriation of $1,000 to the following named account, City Council Expense Account for travel from the available funds in the Stabilization Fund. As you can see, President Laflamme has put forward a request for additional funds to the travel line item. It's been underfunded. It seems like more members of the City Council are engaged in going to the MMA annual conference, and I think it's worthwhile to absolutely go to these seminars and other continuing ed ideas that they put forward at the MMA conference and the trade show, just to bring back those, again, ideas that can make Chicopee a better place. So I'm glad that many members are taking advantage of the opportunity to travel and go to that conference. Any questions about Mayor's Order 3? Thank you for your consideration. Mayor's Order 4, it's the appropriation of $59,590 to the following named accounts, City Hall Maintenance Special Account for the purchase of a pickup with plow from the available funds in the Stabilization for Capital Budgeting Account. Again, I had mentioned to you that capital budget account in the Stabilization Capital Budget Account. We vet that as a group. The Capital Committee meets annually to discuss, actually more than annually, it's been biannually, to discuss the needs of the city when it comes to equipment. I know that our Director of Facilities, David Rice, is here. The plow truck that's used to maintain many of our facilities, grounds during snowstorms, has reached the end of its useful life. It's been parked out around City Hall for numerous years, and Dave, we want to replace it with an F-250 with a plow. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, this will help make it more efficient for my team to do the properties that we need to do. Right now, this truck is severely undersized for the parking lots that we do. We do here, the public safety complex, and we hope to take on the senior center eventually because DPW is doing that currently. But the City Hall truck would ultimately end up at the public safety complex. It's more suited for that property. With the amount of vehicles that they have and how small the driveways are, that truck will be useful there. And this other truck would eventually get a salter, so we'll be able to salt all of our parking lots as well.
Any questions about Mayor's Order 4? President Laflamme.
Yeah, I just want to make a couple comments on it. Dave, you're doing a great job. And I thank you, Mayor, because I've been an advocate of trying to get the emergency management truck out of doing the police department's parking lot because it's oversized. It just doesn't work out. And I've worked with Dave on this whole project, and I'm glad to see because he's also going to put toolboxes on it so that we can go and do projects with the truck and be available with that truck. So we'll have two trucks, and then you're going to see another one for another vehicle, which is going to be important. As we move forward as a city council, we're committed to working to get this facilities director of facilities and move forward with moving into the right directions of him taking over most of the city side of the projects of the buildings in the city. So you're doing a great job, and I continue to hope we can support it more, which we will. I know we're going to look for more employment for this, as well as some other items to get this to be. We talked about a sander for that truck, which is going to be good, so that we don't have to worry about the city hall getting sanded and all that. So we're moving in the right direction for facilities for the city site. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions about Mayor's Order 4? Thank you for your consideration. Dave is also here for Mayor's Order 5. It's the appropriation of $35,730 to the following named account, City Hall Maintenance Special Account for the purchase of city vehicles from the available funds in the Stabilization for Capital Budgeting Account. We have a pool car that's been, I think everyone knows it. It's the blue one that's been sitting around here, around City Hall, that's reached the end of its useful life, and it's time to replace that car. Dave, anything you want to add about the pool car?
This new car that we're looking to get will allow us also to utilize for my team to go throughout the city as we take on more properties. So it'll allow us to save on fuel. If we don't have to use the F-250 to go to other properties, we can utilize this. and it'll also be able to allow other departments within City Hall, if they need to use a city vehicle, that they could utilize it as well.
And I think, Dave, please correct me if I'm wrong, the opportunity to get vehicles has been, it's been a difficult task, and it's been a challenge of our capital budgeting committee. And we're just now receiving 2021 vehicles that were put into request. We were very fortunate to find these two. So they're available, Dave, and we can order them right away, correct?
Yeah, from what I'm told, they are on site at the dealership in Holyoke. So these are available as soon as possible, which we desperately need, especially with more snow on the way.
So thank you. And any questions about Mayor's Order 5? Thank you for your consideration, and thank you, Dave. Mayor's Order 6 is the mayor's appropriation of $50,000 to the following named account: DPW wastewater expense account for special services from the available funds, and the DPW wastewater salary account for wastewater treatment plant attendant. As you can see, we're taking money out of a salary line item that hasn't been utilized through this year's budget. And you can see from the background information, I know that our superintendent is joining us remotely. We need $50,000, and I believe that this is for operational difficulties that we've had in the past year, and we're looking to supplement for professional services to review the current operations. Anything you would like to add, Liz, about what's going on at the wastewater treatment plant?
So we've already utilized their service to help, just to see how this was going to go. And already they've been able to troubleshoot some equipment that we've been struggling with. They've come up with great training recommendations for our staff, because we do have a lot of newer employees at the wastewater treatment plant. So we would like to continue using their services and have them continue to look at what the plant has for equipment and what our needs are, so that we can get ourselves in a better position, especially with all these new projects coming online and finishing up.
Thank you. Any questions about Mayor's Order 6? Thank you for your consideration. Mayor's Order 7 is the appropriation of $24,200 to the following named account: DPW water expense account for special services from the available funds, and the DPW water special account for pipe repair and replacement. I know that the superintendent of our water department is here, Jim Denny. Jim can explain a little bit, but the Chicopee Water Department is required by Mass DEP to provide an updated staffing plan, including an outline of operations and maintenance activities, and these funds will be used to hire Ty and Bond to assist the department in creating that plan. And I will let you know that the commission voted unanimously in favor and support of hiring Ty and Bond for this plan. And Jim, anything you'd like to add?
No, basically it's the DEP is requiring us to have an operations manual for the treatment plant and for the distribution system. So it is what it is, and we have to do it.
Okay. Thank you. Any questions about Mayor's Order 7? Thank you, Jim. Mayor's Order 8. What? Oh, yes. Thank you, Mike. So I'm happy to say today that Mayor's Order 8 was going to, is a request in for $10,929, and that was to contractually buy back sick time, and we're very fortunate that this person has changed their mind. So our senior accountant will be remaining on staff, and we're excited for that. And I can tell you our auditor is, and I'm going to ask that the City Council withdraw Mayor's Order 8. Thank you. Any questions about that? Thank you for your consideration. Mayor's Order 9, order that the City Council accept the attached list of donations in the amount of $60 to the Chicopee Public Library. Said donations are made in memory of Esther Kakowska, and they are accepted in accordance with Mass General Law, Chapter 44, Section 53A. Any questions about those donations? Thank you for your consideration. And Mayor's Order 10, to the City Council, you're hereby notified that I have this day appointed Nancy Shepherd Murray as an associate member of the Commission on Disability to serve in such office for the term expiring on the 1st of March of 2026, to which I ask the confirmation of your honorable counsel. I know that Nancy Shepard Murray is here. Nancy has started off, can I tell the quick story about you, Nancy? She started off as one of our door monitors through COVID and now is a permanent employee in the Register of Voters office. You went from there to there, right? Okay, I wasn't sure if there was another step. And she loves Chicopee so much that she moved here from Springfield. So I'm so happy that she's part of our community and part of our workforce here at City Hall. Nancy, I want to thank you for extending, your valuable free time to volunteer for not just this Commission on Disability, but as my understanding, you're also interested in serving on the Cultural Council as well, and we've already appointed you to that too, right? So thank you for that. Thanks for getting involved, and thank you for choosing Chicopee for your home and your place of work. Any questions about Nancy? I highly recommend that you appoint her, so thank you for that. Nancy, anything you want to share? Is that good? Okay. I don't want to embarrass you, but thank you for that. I will defer to Mayor's Order 11 to President Laflamme.
Thank you. Mayor's Order 11. Order that the City Council accept a donation in the amount of $5,517.05 to the Chicopee Senior Center. Said donations are for senior meals for the month of January 2023, and they are accepted in accordance with Mass General Law, Chapter 44, Section 53A. This is what we do every month with this money. We use it for the senior center, so I don't think there's any questions, is there? No. Mayor's 12. Go ahead, Mayor. Mayor's 12.
Thank you. Mayor's Order 12. It's the appropriation of $28,000 to the following named account, Planning Expense Account for GIS software from the available funds in the Stabilization Fund. I know that our GIS coordinator is here. Shelley, thank you for all you do, and certainly have changed the way I use GIS here for Chicopee, and I'm thankful for all you do with not just the general GIS, but all the layers and other things that are now available because of all of your hard work. I know that this is for a software upgrade, I believe, and we're short a little bit of money, so this $28,000 is for the software. Anything you want to add, Lee?
Sure. Thank you, Mayor. I'll explain half of this and then turn it over to Shelley to talk the GIS piece of it because she's better at that than I am. The Planning Department received a capital budgeting appropriation for fiscal year 22 of $75,000, effectively to have a consultant take new aerial images that the state was providing to the city at no cost and to convert them into the data that Shelley uses to run our GIS system. So a portion of this request is to cover the difference between that initial appropriation and what the actual fee is based on the consultant that we selected. The second half is an additional $16,000, which I will let Shelley explain.
Yeah, so working with the consultant, we became aware of an opportunity for the state to receive new 3-inch pixel resolution aerial flyover. Initially, when we were working with the consultant, there was a neighboring community that was going to partner with us and share the cost of the plane and the gas and everything in the air. Unfortunately, the neighboring community has since dropped out of the project, but luckily the consultant has decided to honor their original price, the discounted price, as if two communities were sharing that cost, which is fantastic. We'll get the high-resolution aerials. Generally, we utilize what the state has. These are about twice as good. We'll be able to see features like catch basins, utility poles, all of the infrastructure that's been upgraded in the field for the last, I think the last time we did a flyover was 2008, so it's time. And
well, it seems like yesterday. No, just...
So it's time, and it's great that the consultant is willing to honor the discount even though the neighboring community dropped out. And I look forward to utilizing some new imagery.
I as well. Thank you, Shelley. Any questions for Shelley or Lee? George?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. In reading through this paragraph here, I found it's interesting that the anticipated useful life is 10 years. So I thought that was really important because we're going to get some good value for getting this system. So I thought that was really interesting, and I'm going to vote in favor of this. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. Councilor LaBrie, how's that? Sorry.
Just a quick question. Are we ever going to be able to see it live someday? I know it keeps getting closer and closer. 'Cause they
Whoa.
take a lot of pictures.
Not that I'm aware of. No, not that I'm aware of. The best we can do at this point is the high-res aerial photos. Most communities do it about every 5 years. Like I said, it's been since 2008. We've been utilized what the state does for free, and they update on a frequency of every 3 to 5 years. But again, that's not the high-resolution aerials.
What's that? Oh, yeah, I do. Thank you. Any other questions or comments about Mayor's Order 13? Well, thank you for your consideration. That concludes the agenda. Oh, I'm sorry, the TIF, the most important one.
The TIF.
I apologize.
Yep.
So, as you can see, Mayor's Order 13 for your consideration. We have, here, let me just read quickly that the City Council, we want the City Council to adopt this resolution that's an order that states that the City Council strongly supports the increased economic development to provide additional jobs for residents according to Mass General Law, Chapter 23, Section 3A through 3H. The Massachusetts Economic Development Incentive Program, EDIP, designed to stimulate job creation, attract new businesses, and encourage growth of existing businesses, and to increase overall economic development readiness. We are part of the ETA, which is the economic target area that includes the cities of Holyoke and Westfield. And what we're asking for you today is we have an opportunity to create 60 permanent jobs here in Chicopee, and also an investment above what acquisition price is of $1.4 million. And the TIF committee that was put together I'm asking for your support in this TIF agreement, which TIF is an acronym that stands for, here, just give me a second, Tax Incentive.
Tax increment.
Go ahead, Mike.
Tax increment financing.
Tax increment financing, thank you. And what we're offering them is a 5-year TIF, and in the first year they would receive 70% of the increased in assessed value, second year 50% of the increased in assessed value, third year 20%, and fourth year 5%, and fifth year 5% of the assessed value. So it's a short term of 5 years, and again, creating 60 permanent jobs and adding $1.4 million in addition to the current assessed value. This is the former Leone Wire, and the company is UFP Site Built LLC. They are a truss manufacturing company, and we're excited for this opportunity for the city in creating those new jobs and really reactivating a dormant building in our industrial park. Lee, anything you want to add?
Sure, thank you. I'll just, some highlights, you've covered a number of them already, Mayor. The projected value of improvements to the property is $1.4 million. Both the tenant and the owner are listed on the TIF agreement. The Assessor's Department has determined that the increase in value based on that investment for this property will be $658,000. The TIF is tied to the job creation number, so there's an agreement to create 60 new jobs at the facility upon build-out. And the assessors have noted that the incentive value over the 5 years is just over $32,000.
And just a couple of other thoughts. The 60 permanent full-time jobs, there'll be preference given to residents who live with an ETA of a certain distance to the city of Chicopee. So ideally, Chicopee residents will have some precedent. If not the Chicopee residents, those in the immediate area. And I just want to take a moment to thank the TIF, or I'll say the EDIP committee, which included our city planner, Lee Pouliot, our director of community development, Kathleen Lindenberg, our treasurer, Marie LaFlamme, our assessor, Laura McCarthy, and city councilor, Jim Tillotson. Any questions about the TIF or the EDIP agreement that I'm asking you to adopt?
Very good. Very good.
Thank you, Lee. Thank you for your consideration. Thanks, Mike.
Win-win for the city.
The most important one.
Building, 60 jobs.
And if guys just have one more minute, I wanted to share a couple of thoughts. If you hadn't noticed, City Hall has been lit up green for St. Patrick's Day. We're very excited. It's the first time we've ever done that. And I want to thank our facilities director for taking on, with a very small, if nominal budget, because it's a nominal amount of money that he spent, we're able to light up City Hall green today for St. Patrick's Day. I asked the city councilors, the viewing audience, or anyone who's here who's interested to join us on Friday, which is March 10th at 10:30 a.m., right out in front of City Hall. We will be raising a flag in honor of St. Patrick's Day and Irish heritage. And please, anyone who's interested in joining us, there'll be a ceremony and light refreshments. And furthermore, I'd take this opportunity to mention that the parade this year does fall on St. Joseph's Day, which is March 19th. And we will be recognizing Polish heritage on March 20th at 10:30, which is a Monday, right after the parade. And I encourage those to join us for that celebration of Polish heritage. Again, we'll be honoring St. Joseph's Day. Oh, important changes that I want to share with the general public to our pink bag collection program. These textiles, which we call our Chicopee Textile Recovery Program, the goal is to keep as much reusable material out of our waste stream and out of the landfills. It's no secret that our landfill, not ours, I'm sorry, the privately owned landfill that existed in Chicopee that closed has now no other choice but to send our waste or our trash to other states. This will take these textiles, and again, shoes, heels, boots, work boots, dress boots, clothing, jerseys, sweatshirts, anything that you have that is at least clean and in any condition is acceptable. We were driving around picking up on Recycle Day all the pink bags, but that seemed to be inefficient, so now it's by appointment. If you have any questions about the program, again, we're trying to find creative ways to keep trash out of the landfills and reusing materials. And Simply Recycling is a third-party contractor that works with the city. We do benefit from it. It's a very nominal amount of benefit, but ideally it keeps trash out of the landfill. So just wanted to share that it is by appointment now. If you have any, in addition to all the white boxes too. So if you don't want to wait for them to come to your house and pick up the pink bags and drop you off new bags, there's white boxes. They're strategically located throughout the city. But I encourage people to continue to recycle and continue to do everything you can to reduce your waste. And this is just another avenue that we've contracted with to keep some of these, I'll say, really valuable linens and other pieces of, I'll say, anything you can think of, pocketbooks, hats, book bags, ties, aprons, anything that's textile in nature can be recycled. So that's all I have for you. Have a great meeting, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll return for the full city council meeting at 7:15. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to call to order the March 7th, 2023 City Council meeting to order. Please rise for the pledge of the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And now we'll take a moment of silence for those who protect us home and abroad. Thank you. Okay. Participating tonight on Zoom will be Councilor Lopez, Councilor Kushain, Councilor Brooks, and Councilor Tillotson. Also present tonight is our liaison for the school committee, Sandra Perrette. And also tonight we have representing this legal for the city council tonight is Attorney Jack St. Clair. Clerk, could we have the roll call, please?
President Laflamme.
Here.
Roy.
Here.
Tillotson.
Here.
Zagorowski.
Here.
McCullough.
Here.
Brooks. Here. Lopez.
Here.
Valkier.
Here.
Krampus.
Here.
Dobes.
Here.
Kushain.
Here.
Labrie.
Here?
Piniac Costello.
Here.
13 present.
Thank you. In compliance with the open meeting law, the City of Chicopee is broadcasting live and for future broadcasts this meeting on Chicopee TV. Is anyone in the audience audio or videotaping this meeting? Please state your name and reason for doing so. Seeing none, we will move into you. Are you audio or videoing right now? Are you taping the meeting? Okay, that's right. Thank you, Mr. Tedderly. We will now move into public input. Public input is limited to 3 minutes or less. There will be no discussion of collective bargaining or personal attacks. Is there anyone in the audience for public input? You can come up to one by one to the mic and state your name and address for the record. You have 3 minutes. What?
I'm Al Kendall from Forty Meadow Street. You all know that ad, success in anything is location, location, location. Tonight I have news for you. Good news, good news, good news. It has, Mayor View surprised me because I don't keep track of time. With a certificate for 15 years of service, which means you'll be considering me again, perhaps, I'm completing my 5th term. And I was honored with chairmanship. So over the past 10 years, with 3 chairs, we are finally coming to the completion of a lot of work on the Commission for Disability. Thanks to you. Thanks to the previous mayors. Thanks to Mayor View. And thanks to the many departments that have supported us, provided us with information, and we've even harassed the law department from time to time. The Commission on Disability was established throughout the United States when President Reagan, over 30 years ago, signed the first legal, effective command of government that we should respect each other, that we should care about each other, that we should help each other. We are all limited, we are all human, we make mistakes, and I have to beat my chest too. What has happened is, after 10 years of work, is we have completed the first full commission with your vote, hopefully positively in the next meeting, of Nancy. She is part of a complement of 9 individuals who have extensive information, extensive experience, extensive good qualities, extensive experience with people who are disabled, limited, and our long-term chairman, Frank Sepio, established a comment which we adopted immediately 15 years ago, focus on disability, with ability capitalized, with ability being the whole program. So thank you. I'm proud of my commission. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of my city, Chicopee, and I appreciate, I'm very grateful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Beverly Bellavance, 41 Barbie Avenue. Dear councilors, it has come to my attention of an interested party that wants to consider buying the land on 523 James Street in my ward, Ward 9. He wishes to try to change the residential zoning of the remaining lot of land to business. Where the yellow house is, that's already business. 2 vacant lots, those are residential. He wants to put a Starbucks and change the entire piece of land to business. The yellow house already is business zoned. So let me remind you rather quickly, the residents of Fairview, where I live, and I are opposed to changing the land business zoning. Also, let me remind you of our mayor's mission for the safety on the streets in Chicopee. As was earlier noted, that James Street, where the yellow house is, where perhaps the Starbucks is thought to perhaps be going, and the lovely vacant land, it's wild on James Street with traffic. We have been out there, we've had various people on our committee who have counted cars. It's terrible. So adding a frenzied Starbucks to an already dangerous area is against what our mayor states is his mission for the safety of our people of Chicopee. Nothing yet is in writing, I am told, so why even get started to waste our time? Thank you.
Thank you.
Lisa Bienvenue, 34 Everett Street. I want to thank Mr. Kendall. I think the words respect each other, care for each other, help each other, that's something we all need to remember. And I think it's a good thing to live by. And it's also, we all need to listen to each other. And it's good to see all of the people here this evening. This is a bigger crowd than we usually have at the city council meetings. And I'm glad people are speaking because we want to be heard. And, you know, when we say things, we're not saying them because we want to be irritating. I was a little surprised. I mean, I guess we all know I can be a little bit of a pest. I've got a thing with the open meeting laws. And the reason I have a thing for the open meeting laws is because I think that's the basis of our democracy. and I believe in our democracy. I'm the daughter of a veteran, a lot of veterans in the family. My husband served, my brother-in-law has served, my uncles have served, and I think it's all for a reason. And I think the citizens of Chicopee need to understand and appreciate that we have to pay attention to what our elected officials are doing. Not that you're doing anything wrong, but that we all have rules for a reason. And I was kind of surprised by the conclusion by the Attorney General's office about an open meeting law violation that I filed, the decisions online. But they agreed, and they said we have to pay attention to the little stuff. You know, it matters what's on the agendas. People need to be able to understand what's being voted on. We want everything to be very public. It's better for you, it's better for us, it's better for all of us, it's better for the city of Chicopee. You know, let's just keep doing good work. But remember, as much as the mantle is that you carry as elected officials, it needs to be shared with the people who are electing you. And the only way we can share it is if the dialogue is all out in the open. So, thank you, and have a good night.
Thank you. Anyone else for public input?
Sue Nimchick, James Street, Chicopee. A little show and tell for everyone today. I was here last time talking about the crossroads of New England being Chicopee and suggesting perhaps to solve a lot of the major trucking problems coming through our city from, you know, ancillary roads rather than through major roads to Memorial Drive or other major roads. Because of, you know, traffic congestion, speeding, chewing up the tar on residential neighborhoods, whereas on the main roads, it's more durable and everything like that. And a lot of episodes happen on streets throughout, you know, the town. And if a comprehensive trucking route is established, then it's very easily all these other little problems disappear. Well, here's something that's not from my dentist, but it was in the house, about 3 of them or 4 of them. And it was yanked out as an 18-wheeler truck at 9:30 in the morning, July 21st, went by and pulled a cable wire from the telephone pole opposite the house, and from the house by the top of the 18-wheeler, and the pole shook, and this brace came out, and so did 4 of these, and all the wiring. Now, can you imagine if anyone was in the driveway or on the tree belt? But the pole shook. This was pulled out of the house, all caught on video. 5 cars were behind it. This thing goes flying out into the road with the wires. This is heavy. I won't damage the floor by dropping it, just so you can hear it. And the last vehicle going by was like a Jeep. And you could hear this clatter and everything. And the fellow driving hadn't a clue of what had happened also. And up comes a police car rolling up, stops, picks this up and some of the wiring and throws it on the tree belt. I tell you this because December 18th, in the wee hours of the morning in 2021, a car had come down James Street and bounced in the road, hit the telephone post, hit the next house's tree, the house, overturned 2 SUVs, and into the 3rd yard. Here's the point of that, too. You know, the police then never reported the pole. The police with this never reported the pole. So the wire continued below. Until sometime a few months later, guess what happens? The electric company comes to fix the road, the lines, so they're much higher. The ripple effect from all of this, if we're not paying attention to some type of comprehensive, solution, the ripple effects of all these incidents continues and continues. So I would invite everyone, I'm finished, in the city to come and input and share what's happening on the streets, as the good lady just did, and step up, speak out, and stand up. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone else from public? Mr. Tedley.
Excuse me, thank you. Jonathan Tetherly, 29 Arlington Street. When traveling north on Broadway Street at the intersection of East Street, you encounter a stoplight that's green for a very short time. It's possible to wait for 4 changes of the light before you can continue north down to the river. I have never seen the traffic on Broadway going south or East Street going north having to wait for a second stoplight. Please let the northbound light on Broadway at that location remain green for at least twice as long as presently. More importantly, I want to talk about safety. I was walking at the crosswalk on Broadway and Madison, crossing over to Grove Street. I looked to my left and saw a car turning left onto Grove Street, holding up traffic behind it. I looked to my right, no traffic. I know you're supposed to do it the other way, look left last, and I did not do that. But I started out to walk out on Broadway, and here comes a car from my left, screeching on his brakes. My first reaction was not fear, but shock. How was it possible that that car was there so quickly? A few weeks later, a woman was seriously injured at that location. I don't know what her condition is at this point. A few weeks after my close call on Broadway and Madison, I was crossing East Street at the intersection of Broadway. I looked both ways, no traffic. I started to cross East Street. Immediately, a car I hadn't seen came up from the river, blaring his horn and screeching his brakes, trying to make me out to be the offender. The previous driver on Madison and Broadway at least let me walk across. The one going south on East Street wouldn't let me cross at all. According to the Chicopee Herald, there were 10 traffic deaths on our streets last year. If 10 people had died in a mass shooting, the whole country would have known. I know that the mayor and council are trying to reduce this problem, but in this new situation of fast driving, and it is new, Chicopee has not, to my knowledge, had a problem with speeders going so fast it was clear they didn't care about traffic laws or their own safety or anyone else's. In this new situation, it is that situation that must be confronted. Making streets safer is generally not a correction for people who don't care about safety. Focusing on the existential problem and solving it should be the goal. I will agree that the speed bumps on Front Street are definitely a solution, but how long does it take to create those? Our city has 3 reps and 3 senators. If all of them signed a bill creating jail time for people with a certain number of speeding tickets in excess of a certain amount of speed over the posted speed limit, that might work. Or instead of jail time, penalty in the bill could be a fine of thousands of dollars. But the way the legislature works, that could take a year, I know, or if
Mr.
ever to
Kennedy,
pass.
we have to wrap it up.
Yep.
You're at your 3 minutes, past your 3 minutes. I'd let you go a little bit more, so we have to wrap it up. Okay? You would like to come again, you're welcome to come
Okay,
again
well,
sometime.
that's basically all. Thank you very much.
Okay? We have to be fair to everyone. Thank you.
Yep.
Anyone else for public input?
Sandra Perrette, a constituent of Ward 4, 54 Bonneville Avenue. On the agenda this evening is an unfavorable Finance Committee report for the school committee not to purchase 350 Memorial Drive for school administration offices. I'm going to ask that the City Council support the Finance Committee's recommendation not to purchase the building. At the meeting, there was discussion that there may be other properties available in the city. And for example, there's the Paulo Freire Social Justice Charter School that's closing after this school year, so that might be something to consider in the future. And sadly, with the closing of the Church of the Holy Name of Jesus and the Assumption Church, that area would add additional parking. That there was discussion about perhaps that building having limited parking, but ideally a building in the center of Chicopee would be favorable probably to families that live in the Hamden Street area, in the Chicopee Street and Meadow Street area because of the bus routes. It would be a location in downtown Chicopee to get to. So I'm going to ask, please, that you support the Finance Committee's recommendation. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, is there anyone in the audience for public input? Anyone else? Is there anyone on Zoom for public input? Is there anyone on Zoom for public input?
Seeing none, motion to return to the normal order of business.
Motion made and second that we return to the regular order of business. Roll call, please.
President Laflamme?
Yes.
Roy?
Yes.
Tillotson?
Yes.
Zagorowski?
Yes.
McAuliffe?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Valkir?
Yes.
Crumpets?
Yes.
Dobis?
Yes.
Kushein?
Yes.
Labrie?
Yes.
Piniac Costello?
Yes.
13 yes.
And the motion passes. Clerk, any communications?
No communications, no minutes tonight.
And no minutes. Thank you. Okay, we'll go into mayor's orders. Mayor's order 1, please.
Order that the sum of $138,132.86 being hereby appropriated to the following named account. Police Special Account for Purchase of Cruisers. Said amounts be taken from the available funds in the Stabilization Fund for capital budgeting.
Counselor Brooks.
Motion made and seconded that the mayor's order be approved and passed through all stages on a written recommendation of the mayor.
Motion made and seconded that the motion be received and passed through all stages on a written recommendation of mayor. On the motion, please.
On the motion, this will add 2 more traffic enforcement cruisers to the fleet and hopefully will help with deterring speeders. They will be unmarked, so it will not be as readily visible to the general public, which should help with enforcement.
Thank you very much. Any comments from the floor? Any comments from Zoom? Roll call.
President Laflamme?
Yes.
Roy?
Yes.
Tillotson?
Yes.
Zagorowski?
Yes.
McAuliffe?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Valkir?
Yes.
Crumpets?
Yes.
Dobis?
Yes.
Kushein?
Yes.
Labrie?
Yes.
Piniac Costello?
Yes.
13 yes.
And the motion passes.
Order that the sum of $30,000 being hereby appropriated to the following named account, police expense account for travel. Said amounts be taken from the available funds in the police salary account for holiday.
Counselor Lopez.
Motion that the mayor's order be received and passed through all stages on the written recommendation of the mayor.
Motion made and seconded that the mayor's order be received and passed through all stages on a written recommendation of the mayor. On the motion, please.
On the motion, this is the sum of $30,000 that is being appropriated from the police account for holiday, and it's being moved to travel. We've exhausted our travel money that is used for conferences and trainings, and we have some trainings that are already scheduled for this year that we would like to send the police officers to, and this is knowledge that is either specialized and or knowledge that they can come back and share with the rest of the force. So we would like to move some money that we have in one account that is extra and move it over to travel. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments from the floor? Any comments from Zoom? Seeing none, roll call.
President Laflamme?
Yes.
Roy?
Yes.
Tillotson?
Yes.
Zagorowski?
Yes.
McAuliffe?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Valkir?
Yes.
Crumpets?
Yes.
Dobis?
Yes.
Kushein?
Yes.
Labrie?
Yes.
Piniac Costello?
Yes.
13 yes.
And the motion passes. If everybody can check their mics and make sure their mics are on, I'm getting some people saying that the mics are not, they can't hear the vote. So make sure your mics are on, please. Thank you. Clerk?
Order that the sum of $1,000 being hereby appropriated to the following named account, City Council expense account for travel. Said amounts to be taken from the available funds in the stabilization fund.
Councilor Kushein.
Motion that the mayor's order be received and passed through all stages on the written recommendation of the mayor.
Motion made and second that the motion be received and passed through all stages on a written recommendation. The mayor on the motion, please.
This money is for our travel expenses. Many of us go to the Mass Municipal Association conference. There's plenty that have been learned there. Things that we've gotten audited is our speed humps that took 6 years to get, but that was only because of attending that meeting. We got additional veterans tax credits based on that meeting, and pretty much every year, one of us will submit an order based on the learnings that we got from that meeting. So it is very crucial that we attend and train ourselves and get more education for ourselves too.
Thank you. Any other comments from the floor? Any comments from Zoom? Seeing none, roll call.
President Laflamme?
Yes.
Roy?
Yes.
Tillotson?
Yes.
Zagorowski?
Yes.
Zagorowski?
Yes.
McAuliffe?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Valkir?
Yes.
Crumpets?
Yes.
Dobis?
Yes.
Kushein?
Yes.
Labrie?
Yes.
Piniac Costello?
Yes.
13 yes.
And the motion passes.
Order that the sum of $59,590 being hereby appropriated to the following named account, City Hall Maintenance Special Account for purchase of a pickup with plow. Said amounts be taken from the available funds in the stabilization fund for capital budgeting account.
Councilor Zagorowski.
Same course, Mr. President.
Motion made and seconded that the motion be received and passed through all stages on a written recommendation of the mayor. On the motion, please.
On the motion, this is needed for the City Hall maintenance work as told to us by the maintenance director. It's going to will be a new pickup truck with a plow, so it'll be used around City Hall and various properties in the city. It'll be a new Ford 250 with a plow.
Thank you. Any other comments from the floor? Any comments from Zoom? Roll call.
President Laflamme?
Yes.
Roy?
Yes.
Tillotson?
Yes.
Zagorowski?
Yes.
McAuliffe?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Valkir?
Yes.
Crumpets?
Yes.
Dobis?
Yes.
Kushein?
Yes.
Labrie?
Yes.
Piniac Costello?
Yes.
Piniac Costello?
Yes. Yes.
13 yes.
And the motion passes.
Order that the sum of $35,730 being hereby appropriated to the following named account, City Hall Maintenance Special Account for purchase of city vehicles. Said amounts be taken from the available funds in the stabilization fund for capital budgeting account.
Councilor Balakir.
Motion that the mayor's order be received and passed through all stages on the written recommendation of the mayor.
Motion made and seconded that the motion be received and passed through all stages on a written recommendation of the mayor. On the motion, please.
On a motion, this is a purchase of a Ford Escape to replace the city pool vehicle, which has gone way beyond its age. And this new vehicle is going to be utilizing more properties in the city, and it's also going to allow other departments at City Hall to use it as well. And I endorse the recommendation, this purchase. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments from the floor? Any comments from Zoom? Roll call.
President Laflamme?
Yes.
Roy?
Yes.
Tillotson?
Yeah.
Zagorowski? McAuliffe?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Valkir?
Yes.
Crumpets?
Yes.
Dobis?
Yes.
Kushein?
Yes.
Labrie?
Yes.
Piniac Costello?
Yes.
13 yes.
And the motion passes.
Order that the sum of $50,000 being hereby appropriated to the following named account, DPW wastewater expense account for special services. Said amounts be taken from the available funds in the DPW wastewater salary account for wastewater treatment plant attendant.
Councilor Tillotson.
Motion that the mayor's order be received and passed for all stages upon a written recommendation of the mayor.
Motion made and seconded that the motion be received and passed through all stages on a written recommendation. The mayor on the motion, please.
This is money to pay Ty and Bond, which is the consultant that we use for this kind of work, to help design updated staffing plan and so forth. They need a professional review of how it's working and how it's operating. And I think it's a good idea to get some expertise as to what we can do to improve and how we can make it more efficient.
Thank you. Any other comments from the floor? Any comments from Zoom? Roll call.
President Laflamme?
Yes.
Roy?
Yes.
Tillotson?
Yes.
Zagorowski?
Yes.
McAuliffe?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Valkir?
Yes.
Valkir?
Yes.
Crumpets?
Yes.
Dobis?
Yes.
Kushein?
Yes.
Labrie?
Yes.
Piniac Costello?
Yes.
13 yes.
And the motion passes.
Order that the sum of $24,200 be hereby appropriate to the following named account, DPW water expense account for special services. Said amounts be taken from the available funds in the DPW water special account for line repair and replace.
Councilor Labrie.
Motion that the mayor's order be received, passed through all stages on the written recommendation of the mayor.
Motion made and seconded that the motion be received and passed through all stages on a written recommendation. The mayor on the motion, please.
As with the last order, this is our ability to hire Ty and Bond to assist us in the water department moving forward with our spring projects.
Thank you. Any other comments from the floor? Any comments from Zoom? Roll call.
President Laflamme?
Yes.
Tillotson?
Yes.
McAuliffe?
Yes.
Okay, Councilor.
Yes.
Did you get called?
Keith,
we
you're
need
breaking
Keith.
up.
Keith, I'll take it.
Yes.
We'll wait till he's done. I'll go back to him, please.
Valkir?
Yes.
Crumpets?
Yes.
Dobis?
Yes.
Kushein?
Yes.
Labrie?
Yes.
Piniac Costello?
Yes.
Keith, we need to redo the at-large. We were not able to hear him. Could you redo them, please?
Sure. President Laflamme?
Yes.
Roy?
Yes.
Tillotson?
Yes.
Zagorowski?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, that's 4 at large, and the rest are yes, so that's 13 yes.
And the motion passes.
Okay. Order that the sum of $10,929.65 being hereby appropriate to the following named auditing salary accounts. Senior accountant, $9,061.48. Sick buyback, $1,404. Assistant auditor stipend, $464.17 for a total of $10,929.65.
Councilor Roy.
Be taken from the available funds in the stabilization fund.
Thank you. Councilor Roy.
Motion that the mayor's order be received and rescinded this evening.
Motion made and second that the motion be received and passed through all stages on a written recommendation, and the mayor's order be rescinded this evening. On the motion.
On the motion, this person changed her mind, stepped back from retirement, and so this order will be rescinded for the near future.
Thank you. Any comments from the floor? Any comments from Zoom? Roll call.
President Laflamme?
Yes.
Roy?
Yes.
Tillotson?
Yes.
Zagorowski?
Yes.
McAuliffe?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Valkir?
Yes.
Crumpets?
Yes.
Dovis?
Yes.
Hushain?
Yes.
Labrie?
Yes.
Piniac Costello?
Yes. Yes.
13 yes.
And the motion passes.
Order that the city council accept the attached list of donations in the amount of $60 to the Chicopee Public Library. Said donations are made in the memory of Esther Kukuska, in accordance with Mass General Law, Chapter 44, Section 53A.
Councilor Crumpets.
Motion that the mayor's order be received and passed through all stages on the written recommendation of the mayor and the donations accepted tonight.
Motion made and second that the motion be received and passed through all stages on a written recommendation of the mayor and the donation accepted this evening. On the motion, please.
As was mentioned in the order, these are donations that were made in memory of Esther Kozazauka. And if a letter of thanks could be sent to the two folks that donated, please.
Yep, I'll take care of that. Thank you. Any other comments from the floor? Any comments from Zoom? Roll call.
Laflamme?
Yes.
Roy?
Yes.
Tillotson?
Yes.
Zagorowski?
Yes.
McAuliffe?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Valkir?
Yes.
Crumpets?
Yes.
Dovis?
Yes.
Hushain?
Yes.
Labrie?
Yes.
Piniac Costello?
Yes.
13 yes.
And the motion passes.
The new appointment of Nancy Shepherd Murray as an associate member on the Commission on Disability.
Councilor Costello.
Thanks. Motion that the order be received and referred to the Human Resources Committee for a public hearing.
Motion made and second that the motion be received and passed through all stages on a written recommendation, the mayor, and sent to the Human Resource Subcommittee for a public hearing. On the motion, please.
Yes, we have in front of us Nancy Shepherd Murray, who is interested in becoming an associate member on the Commission on Disability, and she will serve in such office for the term expiring on the 1st of March, 2026. The Nancy Shepherd Murray is here, which is nice that she's taking the time to come to the City Council meeting and understand how it works. And she's being highly recommended by Al Kindle, who has been a supporter of the Disability Commission and has been a member for many years. So we thank Nancy Shepherd Murray for her interest in Chicopee and for Mr. Kendall's constant work to help the quality of life here. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments from the floor?
Yes.
Any comments from Zoom? Go ahead,
There'll be a
Jim.
Human Resources Committee meeting at 6 o'clock next Tuesday. So she's there now. You can let her know that she'll get notified, and the meeting will be next Tuesday at 6 o'clock.
She hears you, Jim. Thank you. Any other comments from Zoom? Roll call.
President Laflamme?
Yes.
Roy?
Yes.
Tillotson?
Yes.
Zagorowski?
Yes.
McAuliffe?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Valkir?
Yes.
Crumpets?
Yes.
Dobis?
Yes.
Kushein? Labrie?
Yes.
Pena Costello?
Yes.
13 yes.
And the motion passes.
Or that the city council accepted donations in the amount of $5,517.05 to the Chicopee Senior Center. Said donations are for senior meals for the month of January 2023 and are accepted in accordance with Mass General Law, Chapter 44, Section 53A.
Councilman McAuliffe.
Motion that the mayor's order be received and the donation accepted this evening.
Motion made that the motion be received and passed for all stated on the written recommendation of the mayor. On the motion.
Self-explanatory.
Any other comments? Seeing none, roll call, please.
President Laflamme?
Abstain.
Roy?
Yes.
Councilor Roy?
Yes.
Sorry. Tillotson?
Yes.
Zagorowski?
Yes.
McAuliffe?
Yes.
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Valkir?
Yes.
Crumpets?
Yes.
Dobis?
Yes.
Kushein?
Yes.
Pena Costello?
Yes.
12 yes, 1 abstention. The motion passes. Order that the sum of $1,000 be hereby appropriate to the following named account, planning expense account for GIS software. Said amounts be taken from the available funds in the stabilization fund.
Councilor Dobas.
Motion that the mayor's order be received and passed through all stages on the written recommendation of the mayor.
Motion made and seconded that the motion be received and passed through all stages on the written recommendation of the mayor.
On the motion, this GIS software is used for planning. It's also available to the public through the city website, and it's very useful so that we could tell, the zoning of properties and their current assessed value and things like that.
Thank you. Any other comments from the floor? Any comments from Zoom? Roll call.
President Laflamme?
Yes.
Roy?
Yes.
Tillotson?
Yes.
Zagorowski?
Yes.
McAuliffe?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Valkir?
Yes.
Crumpets?
Yes.
Dobis?
Yes.
Kushein?
Yes.
Labrie?
Yes.
Pena Costello?
Yes.
13 yes.
And the motion passes.
Okay. Whereas the City Council of the City of Chicopee strongly supports increased economic development to provide additional jobs for residents of Chicopee, Holyoke, and Westfield, and expanded commercial and industrial activity within those cities in order to promote and develop a healthy economy and stronger tax base. Whereas UFP Site Built LLC, Griffith Road Property Owner LLC, has committed to create a minimum of 60 permanent full-time jobs with preference in hiring residents of the ETA of the City of Chicopee. Therefore, be it ordered that the City Council approves a certified project application of UFP Site Build LLC and Griffith Road Property Owner LLC and forwards said application for certification to the Massachusetts EACC for its approval and endorsement.
Councilor Brooks.
Motion made and seconded, the mayor's order be approved and passed through all stages on a written recommendation of the mayor.
Motion made and seconded, the motion be received and passed through all stages on a written recommendation of the mayor. On the motion.
On the motion, this is a piece of property at 301 Griffith Road. This will help the LLC property owner who is going to invest $1.4 million in the property improvement, hire 60 full-time staff, and help contribute to the economic development of the city.
Thank you. Any other comments from the floor? Councilor Balakir.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. President. Yeah, this is a win-win for the city. This was a vacant building, the former Leone Wire, and as Councilor Brooks just referenced, there's going to be 60 full-time jobs. The building will be providing economic money for the city and through taxes. So this is really good. I'm in favor of it. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor McAuliffe.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to say it feels good to vote yes and see this board vote yes on an economic development proposal. It's been a long time, and so hopefully there's many more to come.
Thank you. Any other comments from the floor? Any comments from Zoom? Roll call.
President Laflamme?
Yes.
Roy?
Yes.
Tillotson?
Yeah.
Zagorowski?
Yes.
Bob said yes.
McCullough?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Valkir?
Yes.
Crumpets?
Yes.
Tobis?
Yes.
Kushein?
Yes.
Labrie?
Yes.
Piniac Costello?
Yes.
13 yes.
And the motion passes. Okay.
Moving on, favorable zoning committee for a special permit under chapter 275-52B for the purpose of a garage as a principal structure located at 19 Dale Street.
Councilor Balakir.
Motion to accept the unfavorable zoning committee report regarding the purpose of a garage as principal structure located at 19 Dale Street.
Motion made and seconded to approve the unfavorable zoning committee report for a special permit. On the motion, please.
On the motion, this is a special permit application for the purpose of a garage as a principal structure located at 19 Dale Street. We've had a couple of interesting meetings with this. The first meeting was probably about an hour and 20 minutes, as my memory, as I recall. So it was postponed, and then the second time we were going to discuss this, the applicant failed to show up, and the recommendation from the zoning subcommittee is for a denial of the special permit 19 Dale Street, and I'm going to read these into the record before we have a vote. Okay, reasons for denial, special permit, 19 Dale Street. Number one, failure to allow city officials to inspect the subject property. Number two, applicant's failure to provide proposed site plans. Number three, applicant's failure to provide proposed building plans. Number four, applicant's failure to provide a timeline on building the primary structure. Reason number five, department heads' comments, including building, fire, and health department, they were not in favor. In addition, there's some further things I'd like to read into this. The applicant does not meet the following standards as detailed in the code of the City of the Chicopee Charter, Chapter 275, Section 9M. And I'm going to read these into the record as well. Number one, conformance to the plan/proposal to zoning ordinances, other applicable requirements of the Chicopee City Code, and all other applicable regulations. Number two, compatibility with existing uses and other uses permitted by right in the same zoning district. Number three, potential for creating a nuisance due to air and water pollution, flood, noise, dust, vibration, lights or visually offensive structures and accessories. Number four, potential for creating a substantial inconvenience or hazard to abutters, vehicles, or pedestrians. Number 5, adequacy of protection offered adjoining premises against any possible detrimental or offensive uses on the site. Number 11, appearance of the building, accessory uses and grounds, and compatibility with the appearance of the neighborhood. This includes scale, building materials, architectural style, and landscaping. Number 12, the proposal is in general harmony with the purpose and intent of the zoning ordinance. So after reading this into the record, reasons for denial, we're going to have to take a vote on this, okay? So originally the motion was to approve the special permit for the purpose of the garage as principal structure at 19 Dale Street. A favorable vote supports it. An unfavorable vote does not support it, so it approves the denial of this. So I would like to make a vote for the approval, the disapproval of this. So this would be a denial.
So a yes vote would be for the denial.
Yes.
Okay, before we make them, we have other comments, though.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Councilor LaBrie.
Yes, this is in Ward 8, and it's been a very interesting order. I've had many negative comments from the neighbors on it, and I've had no positive comments. The applicant has never contacted me. We have other issues regarding the Board of Health, cleaning up the property, and he's done nothing to this point to help himself in this matter. So I'm going to be voting for this negatively tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments from the floor? Councilor Costello.
I just want to thank the 2 residents that are always coming to address this matter. They've given a lot of their time, and I appreciate, and I'm sure the council appreciates, their involvement. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments from the floor? Any comments from Zoom?
No.
Okay, you want to make your motion?
Okay, so again, thank you for the further comments. So again, a yes vote is for denial, a no vote is in support of this. Okay?
Yep, we're all set.
Okay, go ahead.
Roll call, please. So a yes vote will...
President Laflamme.
Yes.
Roy.
Yes.
Tillotson.
Yes.
Zagorowski.
Yes.
McCullough.
Yes.
Brooks.
Yes.
Lopez.
Yes.
Valkir.
Yes.
Crumpets.
Yes.
Dovis.
Yes.
Kushein.
Yes.
LaBrie.
Yes.
Piniac Costello.
Yes.
13 yes.
And the motion passes. And been denied.
Been denied.
And denied. We have a favorable report from the zoning committee for a special permit under chapter 275-58C5 for the purpose of converting a single-family home into multifamily home. The commercial space on the property will remain office space, 368 Britton Street.
Councilor Balakir.
Motion to approve the special permit application for the purpose.
Motion made and second to approve the zoning committee report special application this evening. On the motion.
Okay, on the motion, thank you, Mr. President. This is a motion to approve the special permit application for the purpose of converting a single-family home into a multifamily home. Additionally, the commercial space on the property will remain office space for a business located at 368 Britton Street. There were a couple of conditions that we also referenced. There was an outstanding real estate tax bill of $1,884.53, but I was notified by the office that this was paid March 6th. And also, there's a condition of the fire department request to submit plans for smoke and CO detections for both the residential and commercial space. So So my motion is to approve the special permit for this project tonight,
With restrictions.
with the restrictions.
Thank you. Councilor Costello.
Thanks, President Laflamme. Yes, this is on Britton Street. The property isn't in good condition. Councilor Laflamme and I had a discussion about this. So this will definitely improve the neighborhood. And many people have spoken in favor of this. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments from the floor? Any comments from Zoom? Roll call.
President Laflamme?
Yes.
Roy?
Yes.
Tillotson?
Yes.
Zagorowski?
Yes.
McAuliffe?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Yes.
Lopez?
I didn't know if that was a pause or if I couldn't hear you, but yes.
I was looking for Brooks, but I didn't hear Shane.
He said yes.
Okay. Valkir?
Yes.
Krampus?
Yes.
Dobus?
Yes.
Kushein?
Yes.
Labrie?
Yes.
Piniac Costello?
Yes.
13 yes.
And the motion passes.
We have a favorable report from the zoning committee for a special permit under chapter 275-58 for the purpose of installation of a new pole sign. Waivers requested are setback and total sign surface located at 1801 Memorial Drive.
Councilor Balakir.
A motion to approve the special permit application for the purpose of installation of a new pole sign located at 1800 Memorial Drive.
Motion made in second that the zoning committee report be received and approved this evening for, what's the address?
1801.
1801 Memorial Drive. On the motion.
Yes, on the motion, thanks, Mr. President. This is for the purpose of an installation of a new pole sign located at 1801 Memorial Drive, also known as 21st Century Pools and Spas. And this vote tonight, we're going to have actually 3 votes. 2 of them are going to be regarding waivers, and the third vote is going to be for the motion to approve the special permit. So without further ado, waiver number 1 is a setback from 25 feet to plus or minus a half a foot at, again, 1800 Memorial Drive.
Could you make a motion? Motion to approve it. You didn't make a motion to approve?
Oh,
waiver
yes,
number-
motion to approve, yes.
Motion
yes.
made in second to approve waiver number 1.
Okay, and again, this is waiver number 1 is setback from 25 feet to plus or minus a half a foot at 1801 Memorial Drive.
Thank you. Any other comments from the floor? Any comments from Zoom? Roll call for waiver number 1.
President Laflamme?
Yes.
Roy?
Yes.
Tillotson?
Yes.
Zagorowski?
Yes.
McAuliffe?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Valkir?
Yes.
Krampus?
Yes.
Dobus?
Yes.
Kushein?
Yes.
Labrie?
Yes.
Piniac Costello?
Yes.
13 yes on waiver number 1.
Waiver number 1 has passed. Waiver number 2.
Okay, motion to approve waiver number 2.
Motion made in second to approve waiver number 2. On the motion.
On the motion, this is a waiver number 2, total sign surface area from 80 square feet to 96 square feet at 1801 Memorial Drive.
Thank you. Any comments from the floor? Any comments from Zoom? Roll call on waiver number 2.
President Laflamme?
Yes.
Roy?
Yes.
Tillotson?
Yes.
Zagorowski?
Yes.
McAuliffe?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Valkir?
Yes.
Krampus?
Yes.
Dobus?
Yes.
Kushein?
Yes.
Labrie?
Yes.
Piniac Costello?
Yes. Yes.
13 yes on waiver number 2.
Waiver number 2 passes. Waiver number 3.
Okay, the third vote will be a motion to approve the special permit.
Motion, waiver number 3 is to approve the special permit. On the motion.
On the motion, this is a motion to approve the special permit regarding installation of a new pole sign at 1800 War Memorial Drive regarding the compliance of sign regulations in the city of Chicopee.
Thank you. Any other comments? Councilor Costello.
Thank you, President Laflamme. Yeah, this particular item in general was discussed and rediscussed thoroughly. The city has taken a special interest to make sure that everything is going to be complied with, and the special conditions were very well thought out. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? Councilor Balakir.
Oh, yes, I do want to mention also this is a permit to run with the applicant.
To run with the applicant. Thank you. Any other comments from the floor? Any comments from Zoom? Roll call.
President Laflamme?
Yes.
Roy?
Yes.
Tillotson?
Yes.
Councilor Tillotson?
Yes.
Zagorowski?
Yes.
McAuliffe?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Valkir?
Yes.
Crumpets?
Yes.
Dovis?
Yes.
Kushein?
Yes.
Labrie?
Yes.
Piniac Costello?
Yes.
13 yes.
And the motion passes. At this time, I would like to get a motion to be able to speak for a moment before we go on to the next two, please. Could we have a roll call if I could make a motion?
I'll make a motion, you can speak.
Motion made and seconded. I could speak. Roll call, please.
President Laflamme?
Abstain.
Roy?
Yes.
Tillotson?
Yes.
Zagorowski?
Yes.
McAuliffe?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Valkir?
Yes.
Crumpets?
Yes.
Dovis?
Yes.
Kushein?
Yes.
Labrie?
Yes.
Piniac Costello?
Yes.
12 yes, 1 abstention.
Thank you. Thank you all. As chairperson of the Finance Subcommittee, I want to talk about item number 17 and 18. I have not participated in any items regarding items number 17 and 18 on the agenda this evening. It will not be participating this evening since I am employed by the current owners and prospective sellers of the property located at 350 Memorial Drive. Further, I will not be participating in the final vote regarding items 17 and 18 scheduled for final consideration by the full City Council this evening. So I'll be stepping out of the room for the next two votes, and I'll return after item number 17 and 18 have been completed. Thank you. Vice President Zagorowski, you have the floor.
Okay, I'll read the committee report. So we have an unfavorable Finance Committee report. Order that the City Council considers the school committee's October 19th request to purchase the property located at 350 Memorial Drive for school administration offices.
Councilman.
So we'll need a motion from somebody. Zick.
I'll make a motion.
Motion made and seconded. The motion be received and passed through all stages on the written recommendation of the mayor. On the motion.
Okay, the motion, I'd like to read it into the record, please. The City of Chicopee City Council hereby supports the purchase of the real property located at 350 Memorial Drive, Chicopee, Massachusetts, as previously approved by City of Chicopee School Committee, so long as the source of funds used to purchase this property are elementary and secondary school emergency relief funds, and the use of said funds for this purchase are properly authorized by all applicable state and federal agencies.
Anybody else on the motion?
No further comment.
No further comment. I'd like to comment on a few things if it's possible. Roll call, please.
Okay.
Motion that the Vice President
Counselor
be able
Roy.
to speak.
I'd like to speak on the motion.
I'll make the motion. Motion that the Vice President be allowed to speak on this item.
Roll call, please.
Counselor Roy.
Yes.
Tillotson. Counselor
Are we
Tillotson.
voting or we're still over for discussion?
We're voting to allow Vice President Zagorowski to speak on the issue.
Yes.
Zagorowski.
Yes.
McAuliffe.
Yes.
Brooks.
Yes.
Lopez.
My vote is yes, but could we maybe do a recount or a revote because Zagorowski voted yes and he needs to abstain?
Valkir.
Yes.
Crumpets.
Yes.
Dovis.
Yes.
Kushain.
Yes.
Labrie.
Yes.
Piniac Costello.
Yes.
12 yes, 1 out of chair.
Motion passes. On this order, I just felt it's necessary, seeing I did attend and run the Finance Committee on this because of Councilman Laflamme could not do it. If you look at the order, there were several things why we voted unfavorable. There were certain things on the order that the council felt in the Finance Committee that we didn't feel the school department sold us a better bill of goods. There was an assessment of school department administration and needs. We weren't happy about the 5 items that we did receive on that. A letter from the state allowing the use of ESSER monies given the school department of $8.3 million for the purchase of this office is allowed in the ESSER funds use requirement. We weren't satisfied with that, and I'm sure maybe some other committee members would like to speak about it. That property is valued at approximately, they wanted to sell it to us for about $8.3 million, and we receive taxes right now of $280,000 a year, which we would lose. So that's my reason for trying to explain it to most of the councilmen that are here. Most of you did attend the Finance Committee, and I appreciate it. So saying that, that's why I voted unfavorable on this, and so did the committee. So we'll have a roll call right now on the order. Thank you.
Right, point of information, what are we voting on again?
We are going to vote. We're going to vote for the order that says unfavorable report on it.
Okay.
Well, I think there's others that want to have discussion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Any
Thank
other
you for-
discussions on it? Yes, Mary Beth.
Yeah, thanks, Bob. In regards to this, we've been talking about this issue for many, many months, and it just isn't working out. There's just, as Councilor Zagorowski indicated, there are just too many questions, and those questions lead to how much money, and how effective will that money be for direct student services? Are the students going to receive better quality of services generally? There is doubt about that. So I'm recommending that this particular project not go forward, and the mayor has indicated, as others, Mrs. Perret is one, to look elsewhere, including right here in downtown Chicopee, with a building that's becoming available. So hopefully we can move on. We've talked about this long enough. It's been in the Finance Committee, it's been in the Education Committee meeting, and there's a lot of questions there, and it's time to move on. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Costello. Any other comments?
Again, a clarification, a no vote is to deny?
The committee voted unfavorable on this, so voting yes on the
yes,
committee's report. The committee's report was unfavorable, so you will
Okay, so a
vote
yes vote
Yes
will
vote
go?
will deny it.
Okay, so a yes vote is to agree.
Correct, Jack?
I guess vote will uphold the committee report, being a negative report.
This is an important vote. I want to make sure we're voting properly.
I understand. I'll let our attorney, Mr. St. Clair, clarify it totally.
Stuff like that.
I don't want no mess-ups on this, that's why.
So what's a yes vote to deny?
A yes vote upholds the committee report, being negative. No.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
A yes vote will deny, support the unfavorable report. So we're looking for a yes vote on this.
Okay. That will support the unfavorable.
Unfavorable on the...
I see. Okay.
Correct. Yes.
All right. Any other comments? Please call the roll.
Counselor Roy,
Yes.
Tillotson,
Yes.
Zagorowski,
Yes.
McAuliffe,
Yes.
Brooks,
Yes.
Lopez,
Yes.
Valkir,
Yes.
Crumpets,
Yes.
Dovas,
Yes.
Kushein,
Yes.
Labrie,
Yes.
Piniac Costello.
Yes.
12 yes, 1 out of chair.
Motion passes.
Okay.
That's dead.
We have a favorable report with a motion to place on file from the Finance Committee. Be it ordered that the school committee's request that the city of Chicopee purchase the real property located at 350 Memorial Drive for school purposes be sent to the Finance Committee and Education Committee separately for discussion.
Councilman Labrie.
Make a motion that the order be received and sent to the Finance Committee and Education Committee separately for discussion.
Motion made and seconded. The motion be received and passed through all stages on the written recommendation of the mayor of the committee report. On the motion.
Can I amend that, placed on file, Mr.?
Yes.
Any other comments? Please call the roll.
Motion to place on file?
Motion to place on file.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, on the motion to place on file. Counselor Roy,
Yes.
Tillotson,
Yes.
Zagorowski,
Yes.
McAuliffe,
Yes.
Brooks,
Yes.
Lopez,
Yes.
Valkir,
Yes.
Crumpets,
Yes.
Dovas, Kushein,
Yes.
Labrie,
Yes.
Piniac Costello.
Yes.
12 yes, 1 out of chair.
Motion passes.
Okay, does someone want to get Frank?
Yes. I know.
There.
Jack, I didn't mention this before. Permits run with the line on 15. He says I should bring it up. Yes, please.
Okay, item number
Uh,
19.
Clerk, can you just hold on one second, please? I'm going to turn the floor, if you could, I'm going to turn the floor over to Contra Balakir to go over again one of our zoning applications that we have to add to it. We forgot to say a couple things on it, so.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. President. Sorry, in my haste over here, this is item number 15, 368 Britton Street. I didn't mention permit to run with the land, so I wanted that to go into the record, please.
Motion made and second that item number 15 will run with the land. On the motion.
Right, this is a permit to run with the land, and this is regarding 368 Britton Street because of the complexity of the project. So I just wanted to clear that, and I discussed that with the attorney, so I wanted to put that on the record, please.
Okay, and I'm going to request a vote on it. Keith, could you take a vote, please?
President Laflamme,
Yes.
Roy,
Yes.
Tillotson,
Yes.
Zagorowski,
Yes.
McCullough,
Yes.
Brooks,
Yes.
Lopez,
Yes.
Valkir,
Yes.
Crumpets,
Yes.
Dobis,
Out of chair.
Counselor Dobis, Kushein,
Yes, thank you for that.
Labrie,
Me.
Yes.
Piniac Costello.
Yes.
12 yes, 1 out of chair.
And a motion passes.
Thank you.
You want to continue now? Where
We have a favorable report from the License Committee for an application for an auto body auto repair license for Tony and Sons Auto Sales and Service and Leasing Rental at 170 South Street.
Counselor Brooks.
Motion made that the favorable auto repair, auto body license be received and approved with current restrictions.
Motion made and second that the License Committee report be received and approved this evening with restrictions. On the motion.
On the motion, the conditions are good housekeeping, no outside storage, no junk cars, no outside repairs. The license holder must secure a certificate of occupancy prior to receiving the license. The number of total vehicles is 7, 4 inside, 3 outside, and customer parking 1 and 1. Hours of operations are Monday 9 to 6, Tuesday 9 to 6, Wednesday 9 to 6, Thursday 9 to 6, Friday 9 to 6, Saturday 9 to 12, and closed on Sundays.
Okay, thank you. Shane, I'm just going to ask, on this one here, I didn't hear you, and I may have missed it. Isn't there something that we review this in 3 months?
Yes.
This was the one we
Yes, I'm sorry. We will review this in 3 months.
and review in 3 months. Thank you. Any other comments from the floor? Any comments from Zoom? Roll call.
President Laflamme?
Yes.
Roy?
Yes.
Tillotson?
Yes.
Zagorowski?
Out of chair.
McCullough?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Valkir?
Yes.
Crumpets?
Yes.
Dobis?
Yes.
Kushein?
Yes.
Labrie?
Yes.
Piniac Costello?
Yes.
1 out of chair.
And the motion passes. And this goes with the restrictions. Item number 21.
We have a favorable report from the License Committee for an application for a Class 2 license for Montgomery Street Truck and Auto Equipment Sales located at 330 Montgomery Street.
Counselor Brooks.
Wait, did we skip
Yeah.
item 20 through 24?
No, we just did Tony's. Hold on.
Tony had several.
You should be on number 20.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, we're on number 20 now.
No, we just did 20 with the review in 3 months, and now we're on 21, which is Montgomery Street Truck and Auto.
All right.
Keith, let
That's
me,
what I said.
if I can, please. We have number 19 and 20 are for the same license for Tony's Auto. One is for auto body repair, and one's
And
for
one's for an
auto
auto
repair.
detail.
Correct, so
Separate license.
if you don't want to just do, we just did the 20, we missed the 19.
We missed the 19. No, we actually,
We did the 19.
We did the 19. We need to do the auto detail at 20.
Okay, thank you. The 20 we're up
Yeah.
to. Okay, thank you. It's a little confusing because of that. Go ahead.
yeah.
Number 20.
Okay. Item number 20, we have a favorable report from the License Committee for an application for an auto detail license for Tony and Sons Auto Service and Sales at 170 South Street.
Counselor Brooks.
Make a motion that the favorable license report be received and approved this evening with restrictions.
Motion made and second that the License Committee report be received and approved this evening with restrictions. On the motion.
On the motion, the conditions are good housekeeping, no outside storage, no junk cars, no outside repairs. License holder must secure a certificate of occupancy prior to exercising the rights granted under this license. Same number of vehicles outside, 7, or total vehicles, 7, 4 inside, 3 outside. We will review in 3 months, and the hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, Saturday, 9 to 12, and closed on Sundays.
Thank you. Any other comments on the floor? Any comments from Zoom? Seeing none, roll call.
President Laflamme?
Yes.
Roy?
Yes.
Tillotson?
Yes.
Zagorowski?
Yes.
McAuliffe?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Valkir?
Yes.
Crumpets?
Yes.
Dovas?
Yes.
Kushein?
Yes.
Labrie?
Out of chair.
Councilor Labrie?
Out of chair.
Piniac Costello?
Yes.
12 yes, 1 out of chair.
And the motion passes. 21.
Okay, we have a favorable report from the License Committee for an application for a Class 2 license, Montgomery Street Truck and Auto, located at 330 Montgomery Street.
Councilor Brooks.
Motion made and second for the favorable license report to be received and the license granted this evening with restrictions.
Motion made and second that the License Committee report be received and approved this evening with restrictions. On the motion.
On the motion, conditions are good housekeeping, no outside storage, no junk cars, no outside repairs. License holder must get a CO prior to exercising the rights granted under the license. Total number of vehicles is 13, inside 2, outside 11. There'll be 3 employee parking spaces and 2 customer parking spaces with 1 handicap. Hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, Saturday, 8 to 12, closed on Sundays.
Thank you. Any other comments from the floor? Any comments from Zoom? Roll call.
President Laflamme?
Yes.
Roy?
Yes.
Tillotson?
Yes.
Zagorowski?
Yes.
McAuliffe?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Valkir?
Yes.
Crumpets?
Yes.
Dovas?
Yes.
Kushein?
Yes.
Labrie?
Out of chair.
Piniac Costello?
Yes.
12 yes, 1 out of chair.
And the motion passes.
We have a favorable report from the License Committee for an application for an auto repair license for Montgomery Street Truck and Auto at 330 Montgomery Street.
Motion made and second that the License Committee report be received for the auto repair license with restrictions. On the motion.
Motion made and second that the favorable license report be received and the license granted this evening with restrictions.
On the motion, please.
Conditions are good housekeeping, no outside storage, no junk cars, no outside repairs. License holder must secure a CO prior to exercising the rights granted under this license. Total number of vehicles is 13, inside 2, outside 11. 3 employee parking spots and 2 customer with 1 handicap. And we need to see a signed copy of the lease required by 3/7/23, and taxes also need to be paid by that same time.
Okay. I'm going to make a motion on this. Motion that the order be received for the License Committee and approved this evening, as you just mentioned on the motion. Any other comments from the floor? Any comments from Zoom? I do believe we received a call about the payment already being done to the treasurer's office for the money is owed. So that's been completed, just for the vote. Councilor Balakir.
Right, and Mr. President, we also saw that there was a signed copy of the lease. That
And a
was
signed copy
also-
lease. Thank you.
Right, thanks.
Any other comments? Roll call, please.
President Laflamme?
Yes.
Roy?
Yes.
Tillotson? Zagorowski?
Yes.
Councilor Zagorowski?
Yes.
McCullough?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Valkir?
Yes.
Crumpets?
Yes.
Dobis?
Yes.
Kushein?
Yes.
Labrie?
Yes.
Piniac Costello?
Yes.
13 yes.
And the motion passes.
We have a favorable report from the License Committee for an application for an auto detailing license for Montgomery Street, located at 330 Montgomery Street.
Councilor Brooks.
I make a motion that the favorable license committee report be received and pass through all stages.
Motion made and seconded that the License Committee report be received and the auto detail license be approved this evening. On the motion.
On the motion, conditions are good housekeeping, no outside storage, no junk cars, no outside repairs. License holder must secure a CO prior to exercising the rights granted under the license. Total number of vehicles is still 13, inside 2, outside 11, employee 3, customer 2 with 1 handicap. And then there's a signed copy of the lease required by 3/7, tax paid by 3/7 as well.
Again, we have both of those on hand.
Yes. Hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and Saturday, 9 to 12. Closed on Sundays.
Thank you. Any other comments from the floor? Any comments from Zoom? Seeing none, roll call.
President Laflamme?
Yes.
Roy?
Yes.
Tillotson?
Yes.
Zagorowski?
Yes.
McCullough?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Valkir?
Yes.
Crumpets?
Yes.
Dobis?
Yes.
Kushein?
Yes.
Labrie?
Yes.
Piniac Costello?
Yes. Yes.
13 yes.
And the motion passes.
We have a favorable report from the License Committee for an application for hawker and peddler's license to sell ice cream outside of properties at various school and park locations. Applicant Iro Mitchner, 58 Grattan Street, Chicopee.
Councilor Brooks.
Motion made second to accept the favorable license committee report to approve this license this evening.
Motion made and second to accept the License Committee report for Hawkins and Peddler's license. On the motion.
On the motion, he met all the qualifications, Mr. President.
Thank you. Any other comments from the floor? Any comments from Zoom? Roll call.
President Laflamme?
Yes.
Roy?
Yes.
Tillotson?
Yes.
Zagorowski?
Yes.
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes. Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Valkir?
Yes.
Crumpets?
Yes.
Dobis?
Yes.
Kushein?
Yes.
Labrie?
Yes.
Councilor Labrie?
Yes.
Piniac Costello?
Yes.
13 yes.
And the motion passes.
We have a favorable report with a motion to postpone for from the License Committee for an application for an auto repair license for Kins Auto Repair 2 located at 1098 Chicopee Street.
Councilor Brooks.
Motion made and seconded to approve to the postponement of the call of the chair.
Motion made and seconded, the favorable report from the License Committee to approve to the call of the chair. On the motion.
On the motion, this applicant didn't appear before us that night.
Thank you. Any other comments from the floor? Zoom? And the motion passes. Oh, I'm sorry, roll call. Thank you. Thank you. And yes.
Roy.
Yes.
Tillotson.
Yeah.
Zagorowski.
Yes.
McAuliffe.
Yes.
Brooks.
Yes.
Lopez.
Yes.
Counselor Lopez.
Yes.
Valkir.
Yes.
Crumpets.
Yes.
Dobis.
Yes.
Hushain.
Yes.
Labrie.
Yes.
Piniac Costello.
Yes.
13 yes.
And the motion passes.
We have a report from the License Committee. Be it ordered that United Sons Auto Sales LLC, 400D East Main Street, license be called in before the License Committee for a review of their license.
Councilor Brooks.
Motion made and seconded the License Committee report be received and the updated restrictions be approved this evening.
Motion made and seconded that the favorable report for the License Committee be approved this evening with restrictions. On the motion.
On the motion, the hours of operation will be 9 a.m. Monday through Friday and Saturday, 9 to 5. Closed on Sunday. Total number of vehicles will be 20. Customer parking will be 3, 2 with 1 handicapped. Employee parking will be 2. Good housekeeping, no outside storage, no junk cars, and no outside repairs.
Thank you. Any other comments from the floor? Any comments from Zoom? Roll call.
President Laflamme.
Yes.
Roy.
Yes.
Tillotson.
Yeah.
Zagorowski.
Yes.
McAuliffe.
Yes.
Brooks.
Yes.
Lopez.
Yes.
Valkir.
Yes.
Crumpets.
Yes.
Dobis.
Yes.
Hushain.
Yes.
Labrie.
Yes.
Piniac Costello.
Yes.
13 yes.
And the motion passes.
We have a favorable report from the License Committee. Be it ordered that Wicked Cycles, Inc., 576 East Street be called before the City of Chicopee License Committee and the City Council to discuss the license currently held by Wicked Cycles, Inc.
Councilor Brooks.
Make a motion that the License Committee report be received and approved this evening with the reductions.
Motion made and seconded that the License Committee report be received and approved this evening with the reductions. On the motion.
On the motion, the outside parking will be reduced from 5 to 4 spaces. Total number of vehicles reduced from 23 to 22.
That it?
That's pretty much it.
Okay, thank you. Any comments from the floor? Councilor Crumpets.
Yeah, I brought this one and the next order in because at the time of license renewals last year for 2023, this and the other applicant were both applying, and I was under the impression from when we granted the license for Wicked Cycles that Royal Coach was no longer going to be there. After a little bit of investigation, found out they were. There should be a plot plan for this one and the next one that shows the reduction and the outline. And I apologize, the outline that I didn't have a very good pen that night. But essentially, where it shows a dotted line dividing the building, that is basically where one business is and the other business is. And one of the requests that I'm gonna reach out to engineering is for them to go and look at the building, because there is actually two addresses for that building, but they may not jive with what engineering has, so I'm going to ask them, and I guess we can amend it to the order and to the next order, that engineering go out and take a look at the property and make sure that the addresses are correct for each licensee. Thank you.
You're not asking us to amend anything right now. We're leaving it as it was recorded.
Okay, all right. I'll ask engineering.
Work with them
on
and then
my
get
own.
back to us so that it can be put into the,
Right. I will
Thank you.
talk to engineering and then we can bring them in.
thank you.
So,
We're going to vote.
the licensees are aware of that.
Thank you. Any other comments from the floor? Any comments from Zoom? Seeing none, roll call.
President Laflamme?
Yes.
Roy?
Yes.
Tillotson?
Yes.
Zagorowski?
Yes.
McAuliffe?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Valkir?
Yes.
Crumpets?
Yes.
Dobus?
Yes.
Kushein?
Yes.
Labrie?
Yes.
Piniac Costello? 13 yes?
Yes, that's a yes for her.
Yep. We have a favorable report from the
And the
License
motion
Committee. Be it
passes.
ordered that Royal Coach Sales LLC 576 be called before the City of Chicopee License Committee to discuss the license currently held by Royal Coach Sales LLC.
Counselor Brooks.
Motion made and seconded that the favorable committee report be received and the license granted with restrictions.
Motion made and second that the License Committee report be received and approved this evening with restrictions. On the motion.
On the motion, the total number of vehicles will be reduced from 13 to 1 outside. And the reduction of vehicles to 1 outside are modified based on the plot plan.
Thank you. Any other comments from the floor? Counselor Crumpets.
Yeah, this I mentioned in the previous order. One of the reasons for the reduction is he's basically doing internet sales, and it's by appointment to meet him at the office. So he's not actually having any cars there for display or anything like that. It's merely to just, do business in the office. So that's why he only has 1 parking space. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments from the floor? Any comments from Zoom? Roll call.
President Laflamme?
Yes.
Roy?
Yes.
Tillotson?
Yes.
Zagorowski?
Yes.
McAuliffe?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Valkir?
Yes.
Crumpets?
Yes.
Dobus?
Yes.
Kushein?
Yes.
Labrie?
Yes.
Piniac Costello?
Yes.
Piniac Costello?
Yes.
13 yes.
And the motion passes.
We have a favorable report from the Public Works Committee. Be it ordered that the Public Works Committee meet to review the proposed road line striping change for East Main Street.
Counselor Crumpets.
Motion that the Public Works Committee report be received and approved tonight.
Motion made and seconded that the Public Works Committee report be received and approved this evening. On the motion.
Yes, this is for change in line striping going from the Veterans Bridge to the Springfield line on East Main Street. There was one resident there. She's actually the only one that lives in that area, and she had some concerns about pulling into her driveway and cars following closely behind her because essentially going from Chicopee into Springfield is going to be reduced to 1 lane. So Doug Ellis, our city engineer, was there, so he is going to modify the plan so that the left-hand turn lane appears a little earlier so that people have the ability to get around her, and just by extending it a little bit. But otherwise, the rest of the plan was intact, and there were no other issues. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments from the floor? Any comments from Zoom? Roll call.
President Laflamme?
Yes.
Roy?
Yes.
Tillotson?
Yes.
Zagorowski?
Yes.
McAuliffe?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Valkir?
Yes.
Crumpets,
Yes.
Dovas,
Yes.
Duchesne,
Yes.
Labrie,
Yes.
Pinion Costello.
Yes.
13 yes.
And the motion passes.
Be in order that the DPW superintendent present to the Public Safety Subcommittee its plan for pedestrian safety at the March 15th subcommittee meeting.
Counselor Kushein.
Motion that the order be received, sent to the Public Safety Subcommittee for a public hearing on March 15th.
Motion made and seconded that the order be received and sent to the Public Safety Committee for a public hearing on March 15th. On the motion.
The motion. We've gotten a lot of parts of orders and things like that, but we have no definitive plan as to what's going where and when. In my weeks of research, every single pedestrian plan that cities and towns and states across the country have done follow the FHA's requirement to have a public meeting and have public input in these things. So hopefully we can solve or, do that this meeting and get some actual answers as to when and what things are going to happen.
Thank you. Counselor Zagorowski.
On this order, it says March 15th. I had to make a change in that because of a conflict of interest in the timetable, so we're moving the meeting to March 23rd. That should be reflected on the order.
You want to change the motion?
Make a motion that we change the date
No,
to
it has
March.
to be a friendly one to him.
Oh,
A friendly motion. Is that friendly to you, Counselor Kushein?
It's hard to tell right now because I don't have my calendar in front of me.
Because it's your order.
I'll say yes, and then I'll reach out to Councilor Zagorowski if we need to take it off the agenda.
Okay, so the order is to move, to order it to go to public safety for March 17th?
23rd.
23rd, 2023 for a subcommittee meeting. Okay. Any other comments from the floor? Any comments from Zoom? Roll call.
Yeah, my hand is raised.
Oh, I'm sorry, I see it at the last minute there. Go ahead, Councilor Lopez.
It's okay, no problem. So going off of this motion as well, I would like to add that part of what he's asking for in this motion, what Councilor Kushein is asking for, is an update on some of our motions. So I know that a couple meetings ago, I put forth a few motions, and I would love an update on all of those as well. Specifically, we have seen that some of those motions that I put forth shortly after, we did have some pedestrian safety accidents, one which resulted in a fatality shortly after the motion was put forth. So I would love an update on each one of those motions as well while we're at it. Thank you.
Okay, we need to do a motion on that one, and we got to get a favorable report, favorable from the maker, which is Councilor Kushein. Is her motion acceptable to you for her request?
It is, but I put pedestrian safety, so it really encompasses everything that Councilor Lopez and I have put in, and anything in the city, not just related to what we're talking about. So it's an all-encompassing order that anything that deal with pedestrian safety needs to be discussed.
Okay,
so, but it's favorable if you want it specifically that way, absolutely.
So
Yeah,
hers is.
I mean, we can do that if you'd like that way, President Laflamme. I just wanted to put on the record that I was specifying that I wanted a follow-up on those specific items. I thought that the motion was all-encompassing, but if you'd like to add that as a friendly amendment, that's fine.
He said it is a friendly motion, and we need to take a roll call on that request as a friendly motion. Can we get a roll call on that?
President Laflamme.
Yes.
Roy.
Yes.
Tillotson.
Yeah.
Zagorowski.
Yes.
McCullough.
Yes.
Brooks. Yep. Lopez.
Yes.
Valkier.
Yes.
Crumpets.
Yes.
Dobis.
Yes.
Kushein.
Yes.
Labrie.
Yes.
Pinion Costello.
Yes.
13 yes.
And it was approved. Now we'll take a motion to send it to the Public Safety Committee for the public hearing. Roll call, please.
President Laflamme.
Yes.
Roy.
Yes.
Tillotson.
Yeah.
Zagorowski.
Yes.
McCullough.
Yes.
Brooks.
Yes.
Lopez.
Yes.
Valkier.
Yes.
Crumpets.
Yes.
Dobis.
Yes.
Kushein.
Yes.
Labrie.
Yes.
Pinion Costello.
Yes.
13 yes.
And the motion passes.
Be it ordered that the DPW review conditions of road on Anson Street and report to the Public Works Committee for public hearing.
Counselor Costello.
Thank you. Motion that the order be received and referred to the Public Works Committee for a public hearing.
Motion made and seconded that the order be received and sent to the Public Works Committee for a public hearing. On the motion,
Yes, I would like the DPW to review the conditions on this particular street. Many residents have voiced concern about some of the issues that are on there in regards to road conditions.
thank you. Counselor Kushein, do you have your hand up?
No, I do not, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, any other comments from the floor? Any comments from Zoom? Roll call.
President Laflamme?
Yes.
Roy?
Yes.
Tillotson?
Yes.
Zagorowski?
Yes.
McAuliffe?
Yes.
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Valkir?
Yes.
Crumpets?
Yes.
Dobis?
Yes.
Kushein?
Yes.
Labrie?
Yes.
Pena Costello?
Yes.
13 yes.
Before I say the motion passes, I have a question on this one because what lighting are you discussing? Are you talking like lighting, street lighting, or are you talking about traffic lighting?
I'm talking about backyard lighting.
Okay, so because if it's not, it has to go to ordinance, so this one doesn't because it's backyard lighting.
Yes.
I just want to
I'm
clarify.
sorry.
No,
Thank
that's
you.
right. Thank you. Thank you, Councilor Kushein. And the motion passes. Thank you.
Okay, be it ordered that the issue of excessive resident lighting be referred to the Utilities Committee.
To the utilities. Who's utilities? Councilor Dobas.
No, it's my motion.
I'm not the filer, Mr. President.
Oh, I'm sorry, 32.
Yeah.
Councilor Costello, I'm sorry.
Motion that the order be received and referred to the Utilities Committee for a public hearing.
Order that the be received and approved this evening to send it to Utilities Committee for a public hearing. On the motion.
Yes, and I'm glad Councilor Laflamme.
That's been a long time since I've been there. The torch went out a long time ago. On the motion.
All right. So, yeah, if we could just refer it, that would be good.
Okay, we're going to refer it to Utilities Committee for a public hearing. You all set?
And it's in regards to primarily backyard lighting.
Okay, for lighting. Thank you. Any other comments from the floor? Any comments from Zoom? Seeing none, roll call.
President Laflamme?
It's Laflame, but yes.
Roy?
Yes.
Tillotson? Zagorowski?
Yes.
McAuliffe?
We.
Brooks?
Yes.
Lopez?
Yes.
Valkir?
Yes.
Crumpets?
Yes.
Dobis?
Yes.
Kushein?
Yes.
Labrie?
Yes.
Pena Costello?
Yes.
And the motion passes.
13 yes.
Actually, that was 12 yes and 1 we, to be specific.
A
We have an application for
we
a
in French is
special
yes.
permit,
And Laflamme in French is the flame.
For the purpose of 4 residential units, location of property 1682 Memorial Drive.
Councilor Balakir.
Motion to receive the new special permit application and refer to the zoning subcommittee, planning department, engineering department, and building department for a public hearing.
Motion made and seconded that the new application license be received and sent to the zoning committee for a public hearing and having the zoning committee public, what was it, Public Works?
Zoning subcommittee.
Planning, engineering, and building.
And
Thank you.
building, yes, thank you.
Bieber. On the motion.
On the motion, we'll take this up in committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments from the floor? Any comments from Zoom? Roll call.
President Laflamme?
Yes.
Roy?
Yes.
Tillotson,
Yes.
Zagorowski,
Yes.
McLeod,
Yes.
Brooks,
Yes.
Lopez,
Yes.
Valkir,
Yes.
Crumpets,
Yes.
oh,
Yes.
Kushein,
Yes.
Labrie,
Yes.
Piniac Costello.
Yes.
13 yes.
And the motion passes. That would be it, right?
That's it.
That's it. Thank you. Constituents, Councilor Brooks.
All set, Mr. President.
Thank you. Councilor Lopez.
I just want to wish myself and Councilor Costello and all of the other women in Chicopee a happy International Women's Month. This is a time to be celebrated, and it's very joyful to celebrate this as we have 2 women on the council seated currently. Also, happy St. Patrick's Day. We hope to see folks at the parade, and we'll be participating as a city, and we're excited to continue to celebrate Irish heritage and Polish heritage this month. So be safe on the streets, folks. Please look both ways before you cross, especially in my ward. Look both ways before you cross, because I don't want to see anything else happen to residents in my ward and the rest of the city, but especially my ward. Please look out for pedestrians as you're driving, folks. We're doing our best, but we need everyone to do their best to maintain safety for themselves and for the rest of the community. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Kushein.
All set.
Thank you. Councilor Zagorowski.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate our city councilor, Jerry Roy, on his marching this St. Patrick's Day as the parade marshal. Congratulations to you, Jerry. And also, I just want to make a note that our public safety meeting has been moved to March 23rd because of a conflict of interest on certain people. And also, you know, talking about pedestrians, we brought up, look both ways. To all the pedestrians out there, don't only look 1 or 2 ways, look about 5 ways each way, because motorists are driving too fast, and sometimes you can't gauge their speeding. That's why we have so many accidents. Matter of fact, the national average and the national news, pedestrian accidents are up more than motor vehicle accidents. So if you see something, say something. Also call the police department. Thank you.
Councilor Balakir.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. President. Again, I want to thank the healthcare workers for the great job they're doing. We still have COVID out there, so be careful. We have a serious problem over in the Ukraine with the crisis. It's an extremely dangerous situation. Please pray for peace, and if possible, please donate to a local organization. As was referenced, we have a speeding problem in the city. Please slow down, and also pedestrians, you have to be careful as well. Please look both ways. Finally, on a positive note, this Friday, March 10th at 10 a.m., we're going to have the Irish flag raising for St. Patrick's Day. I want to give a shout out and congrats to the St. Patrick's Parade Committee with the great ball they had on the 25th, and Jerry Roy also was named Marshal. And also, one final note is March 11th, there's an Irish Family Night, public event, St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee. Saturday, 6 to 11, KSC Elder Council. Tickets can be bought at the door. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Tillotson.
Wish everybody a happy St. Patrick's Day. You go to the parade, make sure you're safe. Hopefully there'll be plenty of security, so everything should be fine. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Labrie.
Yes, the Chicopee Festival Committee wanted me to read this. They're having a kickoff party on March 16th. It's going to be at the Portuguese Club. Brass Attack is playing. $20 per ticket. Can be purchased on Eventbrite. Tickets are first come, first serve. And you can call 413-478-6867 for more details or group seating. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Roy.
Yes, I want to First of all, I'll start off wishing my son a happy birthday. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody. To remind everybody to set your clocks this weekend forward. And hopefully we'll see everybody at the parade on Sunday the 19th. And this is your city. Take pride in it. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Krampitz.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, happy St. Joseph's Day, and congratulations to our own Jerry Roy for Parade Marshal for Chicopee. That's an outstanding award. Just a reminder to the residents in Ward 5, the 105 East Street zoning change will be before the zoning subcommittee on Wednesday, March 22nd. So I know there's been a lot of interest in that, so please attend. And then also, I wanted to wish our outgoing Water Department Superintendent, Jim Denny, the best. I had the opportunity to work with Jim on the various sewer separations meetings, and one of the things that Jim would always kid me about was that, he kept saying, well, at every meeting, I keep waiting for you to say I'm the best city employee of Chicopee. And so... And I'm always like, well, Jim, there's a lot of other people that, deserve the same award and, can't be going around showing favoritism. But since Jim is going to be leaving us, I will fulfill the request that he is that Jim Denny is the best City of Chicopee employee. So therefore, which he didn't even stay for the end of the meeting, but when he plays back the end of the meeting, he can hear me say that. So good luck to Jim Denny, and thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Costello.
Yes, just for a point of information, Councilor Zagorowski, the public safety meeting, including the issue of Old Lyman Road, has now been moved from March 15th to March 23rd?
The entire public safety meeting has been moved.
Okay, so notification then that when I go around and talk to people, I'll say it's March 23rd.
Agnes will send out all the notifications.
All right, okay.
You can certainly speak to your constituents about it if any of them are watching also.
Okay, so to my constituents in regards to the Old Lyman Road one-way issue, the meeting is going to be on March 23rd. Thank you. Also, I want to thank the two residents of Ward 9, Linda and John Rook. They notified me of a vacant house. The vacant house has been vacant for 35 years. We went down and we looked at it, and it's really not livable. The conditions are bad. The police and the fire department have been there, along with the building department. And I want to thank the DPW for their assistance. The DPW came in and organized a meeting with the various department heads involved in this issue, along with Eversource that owns the property. So that was a big help to get the ball rolling, to get that house boarded up and demolished. So thank you to John Bollier and to Superintendent Batista. I want to wish everybody a happy St. Patrick's Day, and I want to wish Jerry Roy the very best at the parade, and also a happy St. Joseph Day. Thank you.
Councilor McCullough.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to thank our at-large councilors in the mayor's office, particularly Mike Pease and Mayor View, for attending the Willimantic Heights Improvement League neighborhood meeting this past week, actually yesterday. And we had a long conversation about something that I'm sure each councilor in this chamber deals with regularly, which is roads and the quality of roads and the need for road repair. And the common theme, which has been the common theme for as long as I've been in government, is that there's not enough money to pave roads, particularly roads that are not major thoroughfares. So I want to encourage all the councils and everybody watching to contact your state representative and state senator. There is a number of bills in front at the beginning of this session that will involve the ability to increase Chapter 90 money, which will go for roads. We get about $1.2 million on an annual basis, which anyone who knows anything about road repair knows that that doesn't go very far. The state has been flooded with infrastructure funds. They just haven't spent any of it, really. And I have a feeling they're going to hoard it as long as they can, unless our representatives in Boston make sure that we get our fair share. So I would encourage everyone to reach out to them, and I wish everybody a happy St. Patrick's Day and St. Joseph's Day. Thank you.
You're welcome. Councilor Dobaz.
Thank you. Councilor Laflamme, City Council President Laflamme, myself are co-sponsoring to call Walmart into the License Committee. That'll be on the agenda for the next meeting. So thank you, Councilor Laflamme. There'll be a utilities meeting scheduled for March 20th. It's not posted yet, but I do have a tentative date, March 20th. The proposed mill conversion zone change where Deegan's Restaurant used to be in Burnett Road will go to the zoning subcommittee March 22nd. I want to thank that developer. He held a public neighborhood meeting in my ward. There was a good group of people that showed up, and it was an interesting conversation. I'm asking residents to please show up to that hearing and make your voice heard. And finally, I just wanted to respond. Our city planner went on the news and commented on a proposed industrial zone change also on Burnett Road for Bolduc's property. And he mentioned that the application process may take more than a year, which I've never heard of before. That's quite a long application. And so I just want, the city government to know that, stalling a vote until after I leave office, the neighborhood reaction is going to be the same. It's a development that I support. I support the electric car dealership on Burnett Road, but he doesn't need an industrial zone change to build that. So I'm a little confused on what's going on with that property, and I just wanted to respond to the city planner who went to the news. But I've never spoken to him about this development. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion made and seconded, adjourn. Roll call, please.
President Laflamme.
Yes.
Roy.
Yes.
Tillotson.
Yes.
Zagorowski.
Yes.
McCullough.
Yes.
Brooks. Lopez.
Yes.
Valkir.
Yes.
Crumpets.
Yes.
Dobis.
Yes.
Kushein.
Yes.
Labrie.
Yes.
Pinion Costello.
Yes.
13 yes.
Have a good night, everyone.